Hi guys, I'm Steven, this is G-Cell, and this is Azul. We're going to make a little video today. People are always asking us for a tour of our solar gear, and so we're just going to make a little video so we can put a link in our website and in our Airbnb stuff. First we'll just talk about the finances and stuff. You kind of have a couple different kinds of attention being drawn to solar systems in YouTube or on the internet. You've got a beautiful Dominican Republic, but it's party day, it's Saturday. Everybody's kind of lively and noisy right now. You've got people that are kind of living off-grid with just a couple of solar panels and running noisy, horrible generators and like, we're surviving or something like that. And then you've got super rich people that they don't really care about working with nature, the clean aspect of it, as much as it was just a lesser expensive way to get electricity to their house outside of town or whatever. And that's not really a good representation of the off-grid community. For the most part, it's people that have made a decision, yeah, I'm just going to use what I collect. But for most of us, it's a commitment to also living really comfortably. So we've got 5 refrigerators and 4 air conditioners that can run 24 hours a day on the system. We have no grid tie, we have no backup, but we don't need it. On the days that there's complete overcast, the batteries are still full by 8:30 in the morning, and the dump load has begun running. We don't really monitor the system. The pool pump turns on automatically when the system is 3 volts overfilled, and that usually happens when we're eating breakfast around 8:30 in the morning. But back to the finances, if you were to choose the perspective like my electricity bill is $150, it's $5,000 to do a decent solar system with a self-install. Like, obviously that's a loss, but if you were to consider that $5,000 more on your mortgage would only change the mortgage by $20 a month, you're now gaining that $130 you would have spent for the energy bill. And obviously in the wintertime and summertime that's going to go up or down, but one consistent is energy's just going to continue to get more expensive as the governments continue to print money. That's just there. It's also adding equity to your property. We have a conventional property. It was an abandoned building for 12 years, and so I was able to pick it up for $75,000, 4 apartments and a restaurant, and then put the solar panels on it. Our initial expenditure was probably about $10,000, but we've got free energy for life now, so it's kind of a pretty sweet spot to be in. The energy in this country just went up 30% because during the pandemic, these guys had to print a lot of money to take care of people that were unable to work as well. That was kind of a long speech. Let's check out the equipment, guys. Okay, the security system has nothing to do with it. I just didn't have another place to put it. This is nothing. It's a spare inverter for an emergency situation if one of the other inverters failed. These guys are super inexpensive, staged Amazon inverters. This one is under $400. It's our 220 inverter. This is our 5,000 watt 110 inverter. It's right around $300. Might have just gone up a little bit. We've had it for about a year and a half now. The chargers, also Amazon. Those guys are about $400 a piece. I think they're about $429 currently. I don't want you to get intimidated though. There's 5 of these here, but that's because we're an apartment building and a restaurant, and we need this overkill for the days there isn't a lot of sun to collect. It's the only time that we're using probably 3 of these. We can't really invite people on Airbnb to come and then not have energy. So we've really gone to a lot of overkill. Normally, for example, when Giselle and I first lived in this, we had 1 charger. 9 panels will work on a single charger, and we were able to run the air conditioning 24 hours a day just on that single charger and those 9 panels. Those 9 panels were under $1,500 for all of them. It's only that when we finished construction and wanted to invite 3 other households to stay with us and run their air conditioning all night, that we upgraded to 3 more sets of batteries and 4 more chargers and the panels to go with it. The batteries, when we bought them, were about $100 a piece, but they're lifetime batteries. You just check the water for 7 years. After 7 years, you have to dump them out, put in a chemical to clean off the plates, and then put in new acid, and you're good for another 7 years. Battery technology is changing pretty quick, and so we're hesitant to buy something that's really expensive. If something cooler, less expensive, and more efficient is just around the corner. Okay, guys, these panels to self-install, these same systems are being sold for $30,000 with probably $5,000 worth of equipment. These solar panels are 415 watts. They're only $140 a piece, and they just snap together. So if you take 9 of these and snap them together, the voltage is going to go way up. It's going to be like 130 volts, which higher voltage moves super easily. But more than that, when these are all connected together, snap together, click, now you've got 2 wires. The right side wire in this case would be the positive, and the left side wire would be the negative. You connect those 2 wires to the charger, 2 wires to the battery. That's it. That's the entire thing. Our salesperson for the equipment was super helpful. He's the one that said, hey, if you go with a higher voltage, this is going to work a lot better. If you get 9 of these panels, you'll be able to put them all on a single outback charger. Vectron makes another super good charger we use on the boat. We lived on the boat for quite a few years with just 2 LG solar panels and a Victron charger, and we could run everything 24 hours a day, microwaves and washing machines and everything on the boat as well. Next, the air conditioners. The only thing of note with the air conditioners is that all of our compressors are DC compressors. They're using a special variable speed compressor, which allows the compressor to become a smaller compressor when there isn't much load, which is just super cool. A normal compressor is gonna take a lot of electricity all of the time. These guys really right out of the gate, they put out a lot of cold. They cool off the small air conditioned space in our little rooms, and then they slow down and use very little energy. It's super cool tech. A regular air conditioner of 12,000 BTUs would be about 500. The more expensive, more efficient model is a 20 SEER unit with the digital inverter. Runs about $100 more. Runs about $600. Those are also easy to install. You have to make a hole. In this case, it's a concrete building. Make a hole, push through the line set, connect power. Then when you plug them in, the refrigerant gets free to run from the outside unit to the inside. This is our water collection. Super important. This is where we get most of our water. We get a super clean collect because we're coming off of the solar panels. We just had a super windy day, so right now they're a little bit dirty, but normally we get up here a couple times a month and rinse them off. It's kind of cool that when we rinse them off, we're not losing a lot of water because it's going right back into the cistern. There is a wind generator up there, 650 watt wind genny as well. Hey guys, this is the pool. It's kind of where we do our water treatment. We catch the water, it goes automatically into the cistern. Then we pump it up here. This is kind of a real simple pool that we built for about 2,000 bucks. We built it with the water line a little bit low so that it would catch water and also allow room for us to pump water up and then treat the water. You'll notice the water's a little bit obscure right now. A little bit cloudy because we've just pumped the water from the cistern up here. The water's a little bit green, and so we're going to filter it, treat it with a little bit of chemicals, and then pump it back down and pump some more up. The great thing about free water is it's free, but the downside is that it's going to turn green pretty quickly if you don't do something with it. We use this little machine, solar powered, puts a little bit of heavy metals in the water, and then we use just a little bit of chlorine. Mostly what's happening though is our pump is for 20 million gallons. We've got 10. I'm sorry. Mil is 1,000 in Spanish. We've got 10,000 gallons here in a pump for 20,000 gallons. This is the fogon, or smoker. This is where we ferment or cook beer and different fruits and grains and vegetables to ferment and store them for a long time. Super cool, and then smoke meats for the same reasons. Okay guys, this is our refrigerators. They are Samsung mostly, digital inverters. Lots of space. We've got larger ones in the restaurant, but those are super ample space for our visiting clients. This is a little less interesting, but these we have to put paper goods in the trash can. We've got a leach field. We're completely off grid. Basically, this entire country just uses waste baskets. Otherwise, it becomes super difficult to clean out those leach fields. Gracias, G. These are our air-conditioned spaces. They're relatively modest. This is the Caribbean. It's never really going to get above 85 degrees. So for the most part, we're just going to open up the windows and listen to the amazing animals outside. When we do take a little 2-hour break in the afternoon, we jump in that air-conditioned space in the warmer months and obviously sleep there the rest of the time. A fan is super comfortable. This is our little hot water heater. We have enough spare electricity to do induction, but we have to use our little monthly budget. The stuff that we make on the property, we reinvest, and induction stoves and all of the units are expensive. This little guy's about $100. Uses very little energy, very little propane. Uses very little propane, super reliable. This guy takes care of all of the apartments at the same time, and there's a backup unit that we can kind of switch to. This just catches the leaves. This is the tube that comes from the solar panel. It's wide off here to another spot on the roof. It just catches the leaves. It's not really doing any heavy filtration. It's just keeping the leaves out of the cistern. Something you don't really consider in off-grid living is the bugs. This is the Caribbean. It's not like Florida where it's humid. It has a bunch of bugs, but it's outdoors. It's got bugs. Two things help us with that. The pool is a huge sink. All the bugs go directly to the pool. They get in the pool, they drink the slightly chlorinated water, they die, they get filtered out. Then the chickens eat a ton. They literally spend all day eating all the bugs. Super noisy day today. This is our cool little restaurant. Only seats about 15 people. We've got the fermenter out because we're gonna brew some beer later on today. Again, we've got fruit trees all over the place. We grow vegetables and herbs and stuff on site, and this allows us to ferment those things. And now they're good without refrigeration for literally years. So we do sell beer here, but it's super fun. We can make saisons, hard ciders, beers, just about ferment everything. We're the only restaurant for probably 50 miles that's got a keg set up, and it's just a lot of fun. This is one of the two great big digital fridges, and again, these are running 24 hours a day. We're not doing anything. We're not plugging things in. We don't have things on timers. We haven't figured out some tricks. This is all 50, 60-year-old technology that just operates by itself. Okay guys, this is our 5,000-gallon cistern. Super nice. That is a tube that runs to they run back from the pool. After we treat the water comes back over here. We just took a little kayak this morning. These are the super cool pumps. These guys are not what is traditionally used in this country, but the pumps that are traditionally used use 7 amps. This little guy used less than 1 amp. One of these pumps runs the entire hotel. What we were finding is that guests would shower in the morning time at the same time that we wanted to refill the pool, move some water from one place to another, wash down some sidewalks or something like that. So we put a second run in that's only connected to wash down pumps, the swimming pool, and the wash machine. Wash machine is normal. We do not have dryers. We dry clothes outside like everybody else here. The only thing we use 220 for is welding and the air conditioners. 3 of the air conditioners are 220, so that 220 inverter is just for them. Guys, I want to remind you, we're not living like cave people. We aren't doing anything weird, going without things. We can run everything we need 24 hours a day without generators, without any sort of backup whatsoever. This should really be normalized. It's super easy, and it's super easy to self-install. It's super easy to maintain. You have to check water once a month, and normally you're down just 1/4 of an inch or so. This is easy, super cool, super affordable tech. I had a green energy company in America a long time ago, and the stuff was just super expensive, and it wasn't that efficient. And so we just really didn't try to move the equipment a lot. We tell normal people, hey, this equipment's not going to pay for itself in its lifetime, and that's really changed now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Any questions? I'm sure I forgot a bunch of stuff. Just let us know in the comments.